we're evolving in there. We're studying languages for several weeks, and there's this peak when you are learning, and suddenly you have a bad day, or you have several bad days, and you feel that you're not making any progress. You feel unmotivated. Why do I study this language and not another? Why do I study languages at all? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not good at it. I'm not skilled. I don't have a natural. I'm not a natural with this. So what I would recommend when you don't have that inspiration, that motivation to keep studying, the first thing I would say is instead of learning something new today, just go back and go over that stuff that you have been learning. Probably if you have a bad day or your brain is burned out, you will see that even then it's hard. Like you find things that you were studying a few days ago and you don't remember it suddenly. Your brain needs a rest or something like that. It's also good to take a few days of resting and not using your flashcards or something like that. But something that really works for me is going back to the beginning, checking the notes and the lessons from where I started that language. And then I can see the progress that I've made so far. This motivates me a lot. When I started, I don't know, 50 days ago, 100 days ago, 1 year ago, I didn't know shit. But today I go back and I see all this basic stuff and I see all the progress that I've made. Everything I know, how I acquired so many words that I didn't even know the meaning before. How when I see or I listen to somebody speaking with that language and I understand that single word, I wouldn't know that when I started that language, and that's a huge boost of motivation. So that's a little trick that I do for myself. It doesn't mean that if I boost myself like this, I'm gonna be, rested and my brain is gonna be hyped, and I'm gonna be able to learn 100 words in 20 minutes. It means that I'm gonna continue studying, but today and tomorrow I'm gonna take it easy. Because I know that I'm not a machine. I need to rest, I need to eat, I need to socialize, I need to do other stuff. So that's my advice of the day. Probably you share that experience if you have been learning languages for a while. If you have any more tricks, I would be really interested if you could tell me, because I find myself once in a while, every few weeks, a couple of weekends, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like studying today. I do it anyway, even though I don't need anything new. So yeah, see ya.